What's up, guys? Benny Adams here, back again. Welcome to a Challenge Reality News, and I am so stoked to be here. And I got this special guest with me. Why don't you go introduce yourself, man?
What's up, guys? It's Humza Mania coming at you live here. I'm excited to be on the show, actually, because I watch the show a lot, and I never get an opportunity to talk about it. I just realized that. I got so much to say, so I'm ready to get started.
Yeah, man, I am stoked. What I'm not stoked about is there's no episode tonight. But I'm like, you know what? No worries, because we can just talk about all the drama that's gone down since the season started. And as all of you know who are watching, whenever a challenge season starts, there's always some drama to talk about. So let's just get right into it, man. So first off, I wanted to talk about drama between Devin, Natalie, and Jozea. And this was crazy to me because I interviewed Jozea on the last episode of Challenge Reality News.
True.
As he's talking to me, Devin is doing a live, and he's talking about the top 3 worst players in challenge history. And so he names Joseph, the rookie from this season, Natalie from Big Brother, and Jozea. Jozea and Natalie get wind of this. Jozea does an Instagram live, pretty much curses Devin out. Natalie, she does an Insta story, and she's just listing all these facts about why, she's not the worst player and why he's even bothering talking about this in the first place. I wanted to know what your thoughts were on all this.
It's funny to me because it's almost like you're watching the Real Housewives in a way, where it's like they don't have a show this week, so let's stir up some drama online and whatnot, Yeah. And I watched the video of Devin talking about his worst 3 players, and you could see him jonesing to get it out because he tries to ask Wes what his worst 3 players are, and Wes refuses to answer. He's like, "There's a whole bunch of them, right?" He does that political answer where just a blanketed statement. And then Devin, in a way, he's like, I don't even care what you have to say. Let me just get to my 3, because he really wanted to get that out. In a way, I see Devin's point. But on the other hand of it, what was the purpose of saying these names? Or what's the purpose of him talking about the worst players other than to stir up some drama?
Yeah, obviously. And I have to say, I don't agree with Devin. Because so Jozea has done 1 season of the challenge, making that season his rookie season. Joseph, obviously, this was his rookie season. I don't think it's fair to call someone the worst player in challenge history when it was their rookie season, because as we all know, rookies, this is a whole new world for them compared to the vets. And then for Natalie, I'm sorry, but the girl, she might not be the strongest girl in that house, but she brings other attributes with her. I don't know. Did you agree with that, or?
No, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head there, because it's the challenge. Everyone looks at it like you have to be this big, strong, physical player, right? And even last season, I remember CT went into the elimination and got eliminated by one of those little wimpier guys. I forget his name. But it's the challenge is not about just physical, right? You have to have a mental game. You have to have a social game as well in the house. And you have to be able to solve puzzles. And so it's hard to nail down one person as the weakest when there's so many different factors that goes into it. I can understand why he would put Jozea on there, because I did watch that 1 season, and my God, it was painful to watch. But it's one of those things where it's until I'm in that situation, I would not know how I would handle that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to sit on the couch eating some potato chips and then judge these guys on how they play this game.
Yeah. I feel like the only time you can judge someone, and this is still even a stretch, if you've actually won the game.
True.
If you can actually put champ in front of your name, if you can actually call yourself a challenge champ. And what I thought was very interesting, Wes, like you said, Wes did not answer the question.
No.
And Wes is a challenge champ more than once. So I don't know, man.
And it shows you. But what really was funny to me, however, is Jozea, he said he went off on his live, and he kept saying over and over again, I'm a star, I'm a star. And I don't think Devin was talking about how famous you are or how popular you are.
Yeah.
Right? He was talking about your actual physical game of the challenge. So
Right.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion at the end of the day. He's still on there right now. I mean, he can get kicked off next week for all we know.
Yeah, for all we know. I think this is like a perfect opportunity for Jozea and Natalie and Joseph to come back next season and prove what they got, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Wes, because he was doing that live with Devin, Wes got eliminated. He was the latest person to get eliminated, right? Or did he eliminate? Yeah, he was the latest.
Yeah, he got eliminated. Right.
He wasn't too happy about it. He was very salty with the fact, especially because Leroy could have helped save him. So he sends an open letter to Leroy, pretty much saying, you know what, Leroy, you've always had my back through thick and thin. We've done these challenges for years on years, and we never let the drama get in between us. My slow self, I'm reading, and I'm like, oh, so like, he got over it. Good for Wes. And then I'm reading all the comments saying, oh, he's being sarcastic. I'm like, of course he is. But my question to you, man, is does Wes have the right to be upset at Lee's decision? Because this is a game.
Right.
But do we take their friendship into consideration since they've known each other for so long?
Well, he has every right to be upset. That no matter what, you have the right to be upset. No matter how you went in there thinking about it, whether it's a game or not, I get it. Here's my stance on that. And it's hard to say this without sounding like it's like a political movement or something, right? But I watch these shows, these game shows. I watch Big Brother a lot too. So I watch these shows. And it seems to me there's always a core group who happens to be a specific race that goes after certain people with entrusting and building relationships, and then they get stabbed in the back, and these certain people, specifically Leroy, get screwed over left and right when it comes to this game.
Yeah.
So when this season, when I'm saying not even Leroy, but also Cam, play this game of, okay, we see how you guys do, and we're going to do the same thing, get you back at your own game, that's all they're doing. And to me, after being screwed over so many seasons, it's completely fair game on his end.
100% agree, dude. 1000% agree. Because in even Lee's last season, War of the Worlds too. You know, he was so close. He wanted that win so bad. He didn't get it. He almost played the perfect game. And, you know, he knows that this season is going to be his last season. Correct. And he needs to play the game how he knows that's going to make him win. You know, and unfortunately, Wes wasn't in the equation. Like you said, yes, Wes does have a right to be upset, but in the long term, you know, Lee is trying to win this money just like Wes, you know, so you got to think for yourself. And then
if you waited long enough, Wes would have done to him what he did to Wes, right? So it's like you have to cut the string in this friendship before he does. And Leroy just beat him to the punch.
Exactly. And I'm so proud of Lee this season. Like Cam, and we'll talk more about them later, but they are doing the thing. They're doing it.
Yep.
So everyone's talking about, you know, Wes can't be mad because, like you said, Wes would have done the same thing. Wes is trying to prove everyone wrong. He's saying that, you know, he's never backstabbed people. You know, he was never like the evil person that they're making him out to be. So he goes on Instagram Live and he's like, the caption says something like, you know, this is to all my haters. I want you to come on here. We're going to have a conversation. I want you to tell me when I double cross someone or when I backstab someone.
Right.
And so it was pretty impressive. He had like over 1,000 people in there. A lot of fans were coming into his defense when he was like, you know what, I just want to talk to the haters. And every single hater that came on that tried to prove him wrong, I gotta say he did prove them wrong. Yeah. So do you think Wes is a double crosser like many people think, or is he not?
Wes, if after the challenge stuff is done, he's gonna make a great lawyer. He's very good at fine printing things, you know. He knows what he does. And that's the thing. He's very smart, right? He knows what he does. You don't have to specifically say to somebody, I don't have to come to you and be like, Benny, you and I are going to go straight to the end. I'm going to take you to the top. he can simply come and be like, bro, don't say my name and I won't say yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he can go behind your back and convince everyone else to say your name instead.
Exactly.
So that way, his technical loophole was, I didn't say your name during the elimination. And that's
so
the kind of person he is. Like, that's, and to me, I watched it, right? I watched it specifically for the show. It was 2.5 hours. I skipped through it, but I watched a lot of it. And to me, it seemed like a lot of the haters that were coming on were ill prepared to go up against his facts and evidence he had, right? Like if this was a court case, there got to be someone that can really know the ins and outs of what he did and go and study it, and then he can have a little debate if he wants to. And I'll volunteer. Where's my hand? I'll volunteer as tribute if he wants to go one-on-one and go back and forth on how he knows he scammed people out of stuff.
I will pay to see that.
Yeah,
pay to see that.
Like lawyer up, let's go. You could be the judge.
Right, because Wes, like you said, Wes is super smart. Wes is a very intelligent man, and you got to do your homework like no other if you're going to go against him. But it was so funny, like, seeing his board because, you know, on one side, they were like 0, and then on the other side, it was like checkpoint after checkpoint after checkpoint. I'm like, no, he was like, you know what, I win. I proved all you guys wrong. But it made me want to watch, like, past seasons of the challenge with Wes on, because I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
If he has backstabbed someone, I just know that's his persona now.
That's the feeling you get from him, right? Yeah. That's that feeling you get from him.
Yeah. So I wanted to like go back and look at that stuff. But yeah, man. Let's move to Fessy. So Fessy is like the big dog in the house also. He's won 2 of the 3 challenges along with his partner, Anissa. Everyone is scared of them for some reason. I don't understand why. Like, can you shed some light on this? Because I don't get why people don't want to try and get this guy out. Because
Fessy is a beast. All right, I saw Fessy first on Big Brother, and the only thing that I did not like about him on that show is his mental wasn't all the way there, right? But now it's like he has a partner now, Anissa, and Anissa is one of those people that's also like a whatever throwaway type of castmate. She's a lot of fun to watch as a person, but as a challenger, she's not very involved, if you will. And then there's this new side of her in a way, I guess, that's being pulled out. And then with her, I think what she was lacking is confidence. And now that she has Fessy backing her up, that's her confidence.
Yeah.
And therefore, this like new Anissa's coming out, which I love, by the way. And I mean, Fessy's huge. He's a lot younger than the others, like CT and all them, right? So he's a lot more able now. He can move quicker. I mean, he played football. He was on Big Brother. He's an absolute beast when it comes to these things. So, of course, you wouldn't want to get on his bad side, but he's also very likable. He can easily but convince people if he doesn't like somebody that they shouldn't like somebody because he's just a likable person. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's the rookies are surprising me this year, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that they're the ones that people are scared of.
Dude, they're so sick. I love the rookies. I want to talk more about them later, but so Fessy's letter on Twitter, not a letter, but his message on Twitter explaining why he revealed, you know, the big secret that no one knew about but him and Anissa. And he pretty much said, you know, why wouldn't I want to do that? You know, people are gonna figure out anyway. We didn't win the last challenge, so a new group was gonna figure it out. So why not tell them and how people trust you? Which that made sense because I didn't think about it because when I first watched the episode, I was like, why would you want to tell people this? But when he explained it, I'm like, okay, more people are going to win. And then they find out this secret. And then they find out that Fessy kept it quiet. You know, then they're going to go after Fessy. So that was a smart move. Smart move on his point.
But here's the part that I kind of disagree with him on telling the secret. Because I know MTV's the challenge. We've watched this. What is this, 36th season or something like that? Like we've seen this. This show is older than I am. It's every single time they're going to come up with something new. There's no way they're going to have a secret that's going to be the secret throughout the entire game. And I guarantee you the next time someone goes up, the power is going to switch. It's going to be a different power. So in a way, he could have used it to his advantage where if he didn't say to the next person, right, the next person may not even know that that was his power. They may assume it's something else. The next person's not going to come to him and be like, hey, were you able to see the votes? Because then they give away their secret. Right. So he could have used that to his advantage and convince people not to vote a certain way, but he continued to vote that certain way. And therefore now the next people that get the secret vote can see who's not voting the right way. So that's very, I didn't even think, dude, you're good, man. I gotta go to the show because someone put me on the challenge. Let's go. Tag me in. Well, and it's so funny because Jemmy, you know, a previous challenge player, she tweeted a couple of days ago, you know,
I don't understand how no one in the house caught on that something was going on with Fessy and Anissa when they would go into that room.
Right.
And so Fessy, he said, he commented and he said, you know, we told all the players, I think he said we were like deliberating and figuring out like who we wanted to go in. I wanted to ask you, if you were in that house, would you have believed that, or would you think there is something bigger going on, knowing that this is a challenge, knowing that they throw in twists and turns and they don't really do that simple thing like, oh, you can go deliberate over that?
Right. So it's one of those things where it's like the way these challenges work and these shows work is everything is let them talk and speak, but you find consistency in what they're saying, and that's what the truth is, right? That's kind of how I do my Yelp reviews. If I want to go to a restaurant and I look at all the reviews and the 5-star ones are like, it's great, the 1-star ones are it's bad. But in the between ones where they're saying consistent things, will be like, all right, this restaurant probably, you know, runs out of food by 9 p.m. or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of how I would play the game too, is I would listen a lot more, take everything with a grain of salt, and then try to figure out why that would make sense. And if you try to figure out why it would make sense, then that would help you understand like this challenge stuff, it's never cut and dry. It never is.
Yeah.
So if someone comes to you and says, this is what's happening, chances are it's a way to get you off the trail. And that's why I don't think I would ever believe anything anyone says in that place. It's like a political debate, right?
That's
I didn't
true.
listen to political debates because no one can understand what's going on.
And then Fessy is even more dangerous. Like, not only is he like a physical top competitor, but he's also from Big Brother, which I've said time and time again, the people from Big Brother, they are dangerous in that house because not only do they have the physical aspect down, but they have the mental game down also. And I would not believe a single freaking word that came out of any of their mouths. I wanted to know what you thought about, you know, the whole Big Brother alliance, like Casey, Fessy, everyone that's in there.
I love it because that's the thing. Like every time they come on, I feel like that's why the show got a little stale, is because every single season it'd be the same main players. It'd be the same Ashley, CT, Wes. I mean, it's like the same guys always taking out the newbies that didn't know what to do. And numbers is the number one thing to keep you in that game at the very beginning, in any game. Mm-hmm. So the Big Brother players, they're smart because they've done this before and they know numbers gets you far. So why not link up with your Big Brother people, and then everyone have their own individual alliances? But like, you can trust Casey because she's been in this game with you. You've met her before. You know her on a personal level. You don't know her through the challenge game. So I think I would have done the exact same thing they did, and then I would grab onto some more newbies that are lingering around like Leo Rush.
True. That's very, very true. And that Survivor Alliance, Natalie and Jay, I love those.
Yep.
And I want them to go so far. And when I was talking to Jozea, he brought up something very interesting. He said something like, if I was in that game, I would also link up with the Survivor Alliance, because if they come back next season and there are new Survivor players in that season as well, then they're going to pull me into that group. So you have the Big Brother and the Survivor Alliance. And this is why Big Brother is so smart. The people on that show are brilliant, man.
Yep, brilliant. They're good at manipulating situations. So, and they learn to read it, because, I mean, I don't know if you watch that show very often, but I'm like a big fan of that show. And it's because there's so many, like, you have to stay on your toes, because every single time think you know what's going to happen as a fan, it changes. Every episode is something new, so it's insane, and I get a headache just trying to keep up with these guys.
Oh yeah, hands down. You know? What do you think of the rookies so far? Because they're changing the game, man.
I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Like, come in and shake things up. Like, I'm all about that, you know. And of course, like, I'm a big fan of Leo Rush. I'm professional wrestling. I'm very much into it. I've known him ever since he debuted and stuff. He's very, very, for 24 years old, the dude is fast. He's talented for his height. He's very powerful. He spoke up right off the bat, and I love that about him, because I know that's the kind of guy he is, you know? And to me, I live that way in everything I do. Like, if I'm going to go into an environment where there's already an established group of people, like, let's say AfterBuzz, right? For example, or the wrestling stuff that we do or whatever it is, I want to go and make an impact. I want to shake things up, and I want people to remember me. And the rookies are doing that, and thank God they are, because I was thinking we're going to have another boring season of the regular everyday stuff that we always have, you know?
Right, yeah, because it's every season, I feel like it's like a ritual, I guess, for them. You know, the rookies always going first. You know, you play it safe. And I love it because they're like, no, this isn't going to happen this way this time. You know, we're here to play. We're not going to be your guinea pig to throw us in and like take a chance of coming back. And so I love it. And I remember last season, Total Madness, I think it was Wes, he revealed that the plan was, remember when Jay was always getting thrown in? Mm-hmm. The plan was to have Jay get thrown in over and over and over until he lost. And I'm like, what's the fun in that? You know? So I love how these rookies are stepping up.
Oh, heck yeah.
I want to talk about some of the new pairings. So my favorite, and I don't know if this is the same with you, but Big T and CT. What do you think about them?
To me, that's a fun pairing. Like, not like they're gonna get this game, they're gonna win, any of that stuff. To me, it's more of like entertainment in a way. The way they feed off each other, the way they talk to each other, I think that's what's fun for me overall. Like, and you know, CT knows he's at a point now where he's like, dad bought it out and everything like that. He knows he may not even win this. So he's trying to get as much camera time as possible, just be his lovable self. And hopefully they can get a spinoff on this or something like that, you know?
Yeah, their chemistry, I think they even each other out very well. Mm-hmm. And I said this last time, I think Big T is going to be the reason if CT goes far in this game. Because, CT has the physical strength, but everyone loves Big T. You know, people genuinely like her. I don't think anyone in that house dislikes her. Nope. And that's to keep them safe in the house, I think.
Hopefully she doesn't get herself eliminated like last year.
Yeah, like last time. Let's hope. 2 people have already injured themselves, which I thought was crazy. What did you think about Natalie hurting herself? Because I felt bad.
I felt really bad.
Second time.
No, I mean, I think in any kind of sport and competition, anyone that gets out of it because they got injured, it's so unfortunate because there's nothing you can do about that. Like, there's no amount of training, there's no amount of being prepped, whatever it is, you can just, all they do is fall the wrong way into that net, you know? And two people got injured in the same way. Their shoulders came out. And to me, that was like, okay, that's just a dangerous stunt in general then, if that's the case, because there's 2 people that had the same injury back to back. It's just nasty. I feel bad for them.
I wonder if like MTV is gonna continue to do that since they saw the outcome.
They might. They hopefully they revamp it in a way where it's like the net's there, but it's like there's less openings, I guess, for your arms to not go through it and whatnot. So I don't know. They could do better. They got to be a little bit safer with these guys.
Right. No, I completely agree. What do you think about Devin's new partner, Tori? Do you think they're gonna go far now that they're paired together?
I'm not sure because Devin he likes to talk so much, you know, and he gets himself in trouble, I feel like. And I feel like the pairing is strong and everything, but Devin's going to be the reason why Devin gets eliminated. Yeah. And that's just my take on it. Like, to me, being with Devin is probably one of the worst things they could do to Tori right now. So, I mean, that one's an up in the air for me. I really don't have any thoughts on that other than Devin better calm down before he's next to go.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I will give Devin this. Devin is people don't give Devin enough credit, I feel like, but he can beast it up in the elimination. Like, he's beat Johnny Bananas, you know, full-fledged OG/vet. He's beat Wes, same thing. I know he's beat someone else, I can't remember, but he's not someone to take lightly, but I do agree with that. His mouth is going to get him in trouble. And Tori plays a very safe game where, kind of like Big T, I don't think anyone dislikes her. Right. But Tori has her strength, and that can help Devin during the challenges. So
hopefully she can calm him down a bit. I feel like that even keel mindset of hers may be able to like talk him into be quiet and let's do this like politically correct, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about my 2 favorite people, Cam and Leroy, because they are running the house like no other. Each episode has pretty much been the Cam show. Mm-hmm. What do you think of this power couple?
I love it, dude. I love it. Ever since that one season where Leroy got eliminated because that one girl decided to do a burn vote on him, I've been feeling like,
Wasn't that Veronica? I
can't remember who it was. Whoever it was, it irked my soul in a way because like there was no reason behind it, and everyone jumped onto it like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and get him out for no reason. And to me, that's so foul in a way, right? Like, that's foul. So for him to come back and have this new mindset, I don't even care if he wins or not, but the simple fact that they've made this a progress in this game to come out on top, be the top dogs. Man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, and I hope they continue to go forward. Cam's beautiful and dangerous. Like it's such a great pairing to me. And if either one of them win the money, I'll be super happy. I'll be super happy if they did.
Yeah, and they're playing such a smart game, and they've been playing a smart game since day one by not pairing up with each other. You know, by splitting up, getting their numbers even bigger. Like I love it.
Smart.
I want Leroy as my number one person. I want to win this thing because this is his last challenge, you know?
That'd be great.
He hasn't won one yet. The dude needs to walk away.
He's been on every one of them. He's been on every single one of them. And he can't catch a break. Like, it almost seems like comes on and like, hey, let me play a happy, fun game. And he does. And then he gets sent home randomly, you know? So for him to win this, man, that'd be awesome for me. In my opinion, that'd be like the best way to end this season.
Yeah. So definitely rooting for him. I want to know just what are your overall thoughts, you know, of this season so far? We're a couple episodes in. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I'll be honest. I wasn't gonna watch this season. I was like, I really thought it was gonna be one of those things where it's like, all right, same old, same old. I'll probably catch the recaps and stuff and see what happened, but I'm not gonna pay much attention to it like I used to. Then I found out Leo Rush was on there, and I was like, okay, cool. I like that guy. Let me just see what he's doing because to me, that's very interesting. He just got let go of one job and got another even better one, you know? So he's like working and being out there and stuff. So I wanted to see how he would do. And then I started watching, and that's when the rookie shook things up right off the bat. And I'm like, oh, they want us to stay and watch this. And they know, I think they knew it. I think that the producers know that people are getting tired of the still product. And I think that they're smart. Bune and Murray, is it the ones that put that on? Smart producers. They're like, let's do this. Let's take personality types, put them together, and let's crisscross this thing. And I'm finding it very interesting. I'm glad I tuned in.
It was brilliant, man, because and I was the same way. Like I was going to watch it, but it was so rushed. I remember hearing rumors when season 36 started filming, and then like it seemed like a snap with your fingers, and then they're giving you the premiere day, and I'm like, wait, how are they doing this so fast? Like, is this even going to be good? And I watched the first episode, and I'm like, this is the best season yet.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Like in that trailer that they had at the end of it, like I was glued, man. I was glued. So I really think that this season is going to be the best one yet. I don't know how they do it. They keep on, you know, upping the ante and making each season greater and greater. So I'm loving it.
Insane. It's insane. The thought process that goes into this stuff, it's insane. Kudos to those producers, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that is it. Do you have any final thoughts on everything?
No, I mean, this was fun. Thank you for bringing me on. I'm liking your show. I'm liking the fact that you're bringing all these challenge guests on over and over again. I watched a few of your episodes and stuff, so it's like, dude, for the fans, I'm sure they love it too out there. You know, like bringing these guys back in. Yeah, I mean, it was fun just talking to you. I mean, I didn't get to meet many people from AfterBuzz from beforehand, so just being able to meet you and get on your show and just be a little part of it, I'm very grateful. So
yeah, definitely cool that we were able to chat it up, talk about our favorite TV shows, the challenge, and yeah, man, thank you again for coming on. Why don't you go tell everyone where they can find you on Instagram, Twitter, social media?
You guys can find me in 2021, okay? You don't look for me in 2020. No, but you can find me on all social media. Same thing, Humza_Mania. Humza is Humza, Mania, Mania, with the underscore in between. My Instagram is the main place I post. Everything else is just there.
Awesome. Well, Humza, thank you again. And thank you guys for tuning in to watch another episode of Challenge Reality News. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can know when the latest videos are coming up. But until next time, I'm Benny Adams, and I will see you guys later.